Yo, YouTubers! I have to continue. I haven't even uploaded the first beer review, right? So they'll all come up in a chain reaction, you know what I mean? And we've got a bit of a backstory with this one. I just emptying a little what I've just rinsed the glass and I've just done that lovely. What's it called? Hazy vibes. I feel quite merry and I feel like it's going to eat me cold away. I've done the backstory on that beer review. Obviously, it's not up yet, but I'm only drinking to try and absorb this cold. It usually works. It does, honestly. It's not an alcoholic thing, honestly. It's only to get rid of a cold. Well, anyway, we've got a backstory here, mate. We've got a backstory. I'll just find the page to prove, like this is a beer. As I mentioned earlier on the other review, which obviously you can't see just yet. Look, I collect my labels, you see? I collect labels from, look at the history of this. Look. Beavertown, Space Hulk, South, North. I collect the labels. I've got loads of cans as well. Now, I've got an original can somewhere for this beer. This old beer from 5 years ago, guys. And you can check it on my reviews if you're not too sure. Look at that one. All good in the pud from Stuart Brew. And it was Christmas pudding flavour. I mean, come on. And it was, I remember that being amazing because it was like Christmas beer. Like, oh, I don't like Christmas pudding, but I love that beer. But I'm just looking for this. I want you to see this. I just got to find the page and I'll get on with the review. To furthermore explain that, like, it's got the same name as a beer I'm about to review. Oh no, something just dripped from my nose. I don't know if you see it on camera. I'm like disgusted with myself now. Oh no, don't drip, don't do it. It's bad. That's the reason I'm drinking. Like, I want to get rid of this drippy nose thing. I hate it. I hate having ailments, cold, anything like that. Don't like it. Where is it? Come on. I stood at the top of the mountain and China sang to me in the peaceful haze of harvest time. The song of eternity when China sang to me. But there it is. There it is. I found it. I won't show you it just yet, right? Flashback back to the past, right? 5 years ago. Well, here we go. Here's the reason why. This tonight's beer review. Let's have a time check anyway. It's Wednesday. It's the 19th of November 2025. And it's about 1943. That's the time. We're just 7:45 almost. So I'm timing it right on us, so we're going a little bit like Izzy, Wizzy, let's get busy, tipsy, go to bed. Or try and risk playing on a video game, which I'm not into Battlefield 6 anymore. It's doing me head. I've never felt so cheated in all my life. Guess what, guys? Before I get on with the review, I went into the locals. There's a video game shop in town that sells second-hand PlayStations and games and Blu-rays. And on the shelf already with the games second-hand is the disc version of Battlefield 6 for £50. They were charging £50. Right, now, if I'd have hung on and waited, I'd have got that £20 less than I paid for. £70 I paid for the download of the game, like the digital download. They put it on the shelf for 50 quid. Right, but it was only one copy on the shelf. But it shows that someone's surrendered. They're going, I'm not playing that anymore. I'm putting that on the shelf. I'm selling it. On a disc, brand new Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6. On the shelf already, second hand. 50 quid. Someone's had enough and sold it. Already. Love Lane again, right, from Home and Bargain. Hazy Pale Ale, Perch Rock. And I looked at this and I said, Deja vu? Deja vu? Huh? Perch Rock? Have you heard that before, somewhere before? Huh? Huh? Have you heard that before? Huh? Answers on a postcard. Here we go, look. From 2020. Listed as microbrewery, home bargain. These were secretly done by Glen Affric, by the way. It was a session pale ale, 4.8%. And I loved it. It was one of the nicest beers I've ever drank in my life, mate. I've got the original can as well from the review, which was printed on the can. But there's the label from when they started printing on the label. Isn't that mad? Look, see me scrapbook of beer reviews, mate. Vault City there, what's that one? Triple fruited mango. Modern sour. But anyway, micro brew. See the way it doesn't even say Glen Affric, but it was Glen Affric low. It was 99 pence a can, and it was in home bargain. And I love this beer. If you want to check the review out, check it out. It's from 20. I checked it out, December the 20th, or December. I think it was the 20th, 2020. So if you do a search on my channel, you go Perch Rock. Both of these are going to appear now, aren't they? Because here's the new one. It's from Love Lane. It's Perch Rock. It's from the other side of the water. From Liverpool. It's 4.3%. Not like that one, 4.8%. And this is a hazy pale ale. So let's get on with it. See what's in the can. Perch Rock Hazy Pale Ale. A softly hazy pale ale that delivers a smooth, mellow drinking experience. Subtle citrus hop character adds brightness without overwhelming. Got hiccups. While a gentle malt backbone keeps things balanced. Light-bodied, yet satisfying. Crafted for moments of calm. Hold on, that's this hiccup thing. Crafted for moments of calm and relaxation, leaving a clean, refreshing finish. Malts, extra pale, wheat, oats. Hops, Mosaic, Citra, Mosaic, Cryo. Never heard that one before. CRYO. Nose, fruity, citrusy, malty. Palate, smooth, juicy and balanced. Finish, clean and rounded. Hazy pale ale ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, yeast. 4.3% from Love Lane Brewery, Baltic Triangle, Liverpool. Special release. Let's get it in the can before my nose drops. You know, if you watch a slow motion of before, I said, you'll see like a drop going. But douche. And people go, oh, you disgusting, snotty nose little paraffin lamp. Paraffin lamp is like Scouse or Merseyside, like slang for tramp. Paraffin lamp, tramp. Hold on. Just make sure I don't trip again. Clear that nostril, lad. Love it. This looks exactly the same, doesn't it? But Perch Rock is in Lighthouse, New Brighton, on the Wirral. Right, now that other brewery there, that other one I just showed you, the label, I've closed the book now, you know, I couldn't be bothered searching for it again. Was from Glen Affrick's Undercover. They were putting it out in the whole bargain for 99 pence a can. It was a fantastic beer, it was lovely. And he said, this is from a microbrewery in Merseyside or on the Wirral, but they didn't admit who they were. But I went to Glen Affrick soon after, you know, for the very first time, and I saw pallets of it in the back room, you know, in the tap room. I was like, so that's where it came from. I'm sure I'm right. I loved it, mate. But like as time passed by, it was like Brewdog Punk. It got lesser quality as time passed by. You know what I mean? Like they do. But the early cans were fantastic when they were fresh. They were nice. Got some of these as well, like meat-free pork pies to just feast on them and eat it. Like. And you know what it says on the box. Our best ever recipe. And do you know what? They do taste like pork pies. They're amazing. You can't beat a meat-free pork pie and a beer, can you? Go for it, lad. See if this is as good as the Perch Rock. Secretly brewed by Glen Affrick once upon a time, 5 years ago. From 2020. Check it out and see if I've aged much since then. And you'll get back to me and go, since 2020, mate, you look like a mummified alcoholic paraffin lamp. That's what I mean. Get it in. Let's get it in the glass. Let's go. Let's keep going. Oh man, I don't want my nose drips while I'm pouring this. I'll go on middle. Because I'm both hands, no hands. Well, this is a bit muddy, you know, a little bit hazy compared to, you know, it's not quite as hazy as the other one I just did, but it's similar. It's that yellowy straw colour. Head's not as fluffy and white, you know, like big and fluffy maybe. It's like, oh shit, I just dropped one of me hold on, just dropped one of me little gemstones. Where'd that go? It's alright, don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Merring. Don't panic. Oh. No, that's not it. That's a crumb. That's not it. Made a noise and then. Oh. What the hell's that from? That is. Oh. Drop that daily. It's actually a lab created diamond. Look. See that natural shape like a pyramid? Did you know that's how diamonds look in it? You know, it's lab created. It was only like. And it's like a natural pyramid shape. Because it's seeded from a real natural pyramid shaped diamond. Interesting? No? Boring? Alright. Well, this is what we're here for. I was just about to show you the head. You know, the cum shot. Looks similar, this. Looks proper similar. Straw coloured. Little bit less hazy, a little bit more. There's like a little bit of transparency to this. Can't really see it like, but it is. Looks great. Does it smell the same? What are we talking about? Hazy Pale Ale. Well, what was this one described as? A Hazy Session IPA. prefer clarity than hazy, but that's lazy. Oh, smells nice. New almond custard. New almond custard. It's got that new almond custard smell. Um, oh no! Please absorb this cold. Otherwise, this is all in vain. In vain, in vain. Right. Now it smells mangoey, fruity, tropical. Not quite as bright as the other one. Quite tame, but it's nice. Appetizing. Look, cough as well. I think they're trying to do me in, guys. I think I know too much. Looks really nice, white foam. Looks lovely. Just get on with it. Let's go. Love Lane Brewery. Perch, Hazy Pale Ale. 4.3%. Up LA. Very similar to the last one. A bit tamer. Oaty. Caramelly, nice. Smooth, creamy palate. Not exactly bold. I think it's designed for easy drinking. There's like a spillage in a shop and they get a mop and they go, it's like a spillage in the aisle and they put a sign up saying, don't walk through here, we've got bottle of beer has fell on the table, on the floor, or bleach or something, and they get a mop and they go, to start mopping it up, and that's what I'm hoping this alcohol does to this cold. I'm hoping for that, Yeah, you see, I'm really satisfied drinking, can't you? See, I see me little rye, like that, I go. It's nice. A bit fizzier on the tongue, a little bit more fizzy fun. Sort of sherbety, fizzy palate. Quite citrusy. Very close to the last one. Oaty, sort of milkiness to it. I should brew my own beers, shouldn't I, guys? I've done them before. I'm really due up to making a beer. I've really spent a lot of money to make it. The last time I brewed a beer, you hit these points of I didn't think of that while you're doing it. You know what I mean? And I've thought of everything so that I'm not gonna have any hiccup. It's gonna be perfect. And I've got equipment to make it perfect to brew. I like to brew from the actual malts. I don't like them things in a can. Where you get the treacle in a can, you pour it in the water, and you just whoa. I like what's it called, all grain brewing. I like brewing from the grain. I just like the idea of doing it. I don't know why. I know them cans make it easier, but because you don't have that weight, when you're taking your grain out and you're straining it and dripping you get a tea bag out of tea and you squeeze it. With all grain brewing, you lift and I've got this big basket thing with a handle, it's like a metal mesh thing that instead of I used to use the muslin white cloth You know what Muslim means? It's a cloth that filters. Muslim cloth. And you get this like a giant tea bag full of like grain that's soaked in water, you know what I mean? And weighs a ton, mate. And you don't think of it until you do it, and you lift it out like that, you go, oh my word, and you go, and it leans on your arm, and you've got like treacle toffee running down your arm that smells like Maltesers. It's amazing in a way, like, but you're sort of like, what am I going to do? And a bag weighs a ton. You don't get that with from the tin. You know, you get the tins, like the molasses type toffee stuff in the tin. When you do all grain brew, you got to deal with that the weight of that grain soaked in water when you take it out. Didn't think of all that when I was until I was actually brewing it, like, you know what I mean? And I've done it twice. The first brew I ever did, I didn't do all grain. I used the tin from little Wilkinson's, an IPA in a tin. It was quite easy to do. It was all like, whoa, piece of piss. Wow, was it that easy? When you do all grain brewing, you got to think of so many things. You know what I mean? The weight of the grain. Another thing I thought of is you know, at the end of it, you're left with this bag of grain. It's like sugary, sweet Malteser type stuff, you know, because that's what you're doing. You're extracting all the sugars from it, yeah. They say you can make a loaf of bread with it if you want, or you can take it to the pond in the park and feed the ducks with it. It's perfectly healthy for them, you know. I actually took my big bag all the way to the docks and fed it to the seagulls. Think about that. I actually made the effort and took that bag of grain and poured it on the floor in the docks in Birkenhead docks, where I know there's loads of seagulls, and they would have had a feast, you know what I mean? This big heap of grain that's been soaked in water for ages, you know. They would have had a party eating that. That's how cool I am. Don't tell anyone. Alright, it's this. It's smooth, it's dead easy to drink. I like its orangeade fizziness. It's smooth, it's milky. It's it doesn't seem like 4 point something percent. You get me? It's even though it's a bigger increase in alcohol content. 4.3. It's easy drinking. It's just dead smooth and easy. Okay, lovely. I ain't got no complaints, guys. You just still. I'm sure it's the same brewers or whatever. I'm sure someone's there who's like, you know, come on, let's make Love Lane. Let's make it happen. I really enjoy Love Lane beers on draft when you're in a pub or you go for a drink in Liverpool's Love Lane Pale Ale or whatever. It's dead nice, man. You know what draft like. Okay, I'm gonna be quick because I've got a special Christmas beer to review in a minute. I'm having this and mop up the cold. It's working, like. It's what I'm feeling it, like. Well, you can't hear it, like, but look at the layers, mate. See the layers. Welcome to the layer cake, my son. Good film that, here, layer cake. Oh, that's too easy to drink. It's too milky. Dead easy. Not much, like, shocking, crazy flavours. Not much new, but for a lovely. Let's see. Did I keep the receipts? Let's see. See the difference in the price. Sure, keep it away. Sitting there. Oh no. Stupid man. Why? There you go, yeah, go ahead. Get the receipts, I said I would. I said I'd keep the receipts. So I can tell you the prices. Okay. That's weird. On the it says Hazy Session IPA, which is that one, right? I'm gonna belch. Well, that says Perch what? Hazy Pale Ale, right? On my receipt it says Hazy Pale Solace. You know, SOLACE. Solace, meaning loneliness. So you know. Now the Hazy Pale Solace, which is that one, I assume. Don't know why it doesn't say Perch Rock. It says £1.69 a can, which is bloody good. That's bloody good, that, for the 4.3%, isn't it, mate? Right? 169, right? And for the other one, the 3.8% one, £1.59. And then the last beer I've got to review is also £1.59. So all in all, that's bloody cheap, isn't it? They're all under £1.70. We can't complain. And the amigo will inherit the earth. It's a bit of Kenny Lee there, man. So, this is a horrible bunker thing that's going on. I think there's spraying viruses in the atmosphere or something. I don't know. Something about right, because I don't normally get too cold in a couple of weeks. I'm a bit dissatisfied about it. But thankfully, not so dissatisfied with the beer, but it's affected my taste buds. Look at the layers. See what I'm saying? Look. 1, 2, 3. And 4's on the way. See where it leaves like a memory. That's a sign of quality, that, guys. It's Perch Rock. It's Hazy Pale Ale. 4.3%. It's not as good as that other one from years ago. 5 years ago. And one of my favourite beers of all time, believe it or not. You might check it out, and you can't buy it anymore. It doesn't exist. It was a limited edition. It was a Glen Affleck Secret Society thing. It was like, it was December 2020. It was like during lockdown, wasn't it? I'm actually giving that a 10. It's pure quality, but it's got no shocking surprises. It's dead easy. I think that's what it's all about these days. I think that's all. Probably students, bloody students, bloody nothing better to do than get off their heads partying, and they just want it dead easy to drink. Bloody students. Perfect student drink that. Yeah. Loads of little after flavours. Oh, man. I never regret getting into this craft beer, you know, guys. I'm absolutely on a trip. I've never Like a roller coaster ride. I never expected. Loving it. Yeah, I give that a 10. Definitely nice. Look at it. Look, it's frozen the memories. Look, like when you're a kid and your man draws a little line above your head on the door and he goes, right, that's how tall you were when you were 3. And then a couple of days, a couple of years later, or a year later, my mum used to do that on the cupboard door. It was like a toy cupboard, and she used to open the toy cupboard door and had all of us on. And like, as we all grew up, you know what I mean? It's a lovely little memory, that, isn't it? And you used to look at it like, and you're like, wow, look at those markers, man. Like, us as kids growing up, like, she used to draw a little line above our heads and go, that's how tall you were when you were 3, and that's when you were 4, that's when you were 5. That's like the reverse, isn't it? Sweet. Ooh. It's not my kind of beer, it's not my scene. The water's nice. Everything's cool about it. You like this kind of thing. You just want that fruit juice thing. I'm looking forward to the last beer, by the way. And hoping to absorb this cold. So I swill a glass and erase their memories. Hey, you can see the quality there, can't you? Look at the top one now. Yeah, got to raise that and swill it like. Go and sneeze all up. And again. 10 out of 10. Not my personal style of beer. Too easy and fruity and what's the word? What's that word for orange juice? What's that word instead of orange juice? Fruit juice thing. I remember it when I go. In the next review, I'll go in the middle of it. That's the word. That's the word. You can see the kicking in coming. This is 2 beers in. Yeah. Nice label to add to the collection, eh? The Lighthouse. Perch Rock. Gotta be New Brighton. There's only one Perch Rock. Come on, man. 10 out of 10. See you later. Thanks for watching.